most attorneys don't like sales. They don't like to sell. They don't like being salesy. They don't want to come across as salesy. They don't like to think of it as closing a deal. And just to be clear, that is okay. But if you own a law firm, you also have to fundamentally step back. And although you may not individually like sales and actually performing the act of sales, you do have to look at it as an essential part of your law firm. Because without adequately running a sales process and converting initial consultations into paying clients, you can't grow your law firm. That fundamental lack of interest in sales makes it very difficult to invest in sales training for those people. It falls flat because at a core level, they don't really want to sell. So they're not very receptive to sales training, which comes back to then you've got to find someone who is willing to sell. Sell ethically, sell responsibly, sell without feeling like a salesy salesperson, but who can consistently convert initial consultations into paying clients. You've maxed out your consults. You're trying to take them wherever you've got space and time. You've got to fulfill the legal work on the ones that have closed, and you're trying to manage the court dates, the cases, the documents. You're trying to manage everything, but you quite literally can't grow any further past that. Why? Because you can now take someone where their sole function and purpose is to run consultations, which means you just instantly open the doors on the capacity of consults you have in a week, and their sole function is to ethically and responsibly run legal consultations and close at the highest rate possible for you, which is somewhere between 60 and 80%. You supercharge the growth of your firm. Sure, does this now mean you're going to have to manage the capacity on the actual workflow perspective? Of course it does. But one doesn't happen without the other. You're never going to have to increase the capacity on the workflow if you never even get the work in to begin with. So this phenomenon causes a law firm owner to stop and think about, how do I approach this? And the best way to approach it is thinking and considering using a non-attorney salesperson that can run consultations for you. They can do so ethically, responsibly, never giving legal advice, and close at 60 to 80%. Now, some of you listening to this might be, there's no way that's possible. How do they do that? What if this? What if that? I promise you, we've done it now with hundreds of law firms, hundreds of non-attorney salespeople over the last 5 years, and they've done these numbers. Those averages that I'm talking about aren't pulled out of thin air. Those are from raw data we have within the law firms that we work with.